Slow English Podcast.
From Speak English with Class.
Hey everyone. Before we jump into today's episode, we have something really special to share with you, especially if you're learning English.
Yes. So many of you have commented things like, I can understand English, but fast conversations are really hard. And you're absolutely right. For beginner English learners, slow English listening practice is so important.
That's why we've created a brand new series. It's called the Slow English Podcast Series, perfect for English listening and speaking practice. You'll hear clear, slow English, real-life stories, and natural expressions used in a way that's easy to follow.
This series will be uploaded once every week, and it's designed for English beginners who want to improve listening skills, understand pronunciation better, and speak more naturally, without stress.
And don't worry, you're still getting our regular episodes every Monday. This new series is simply an extra tool to help you grow faster and feel more confident.
On board, we've got a wonderful team of calm, slow speakers, like Sophia, Crystal, and Daniel, who are all here to help you learn English naturally, one relaxing episode at a time.
So if you ever feel overwhelmed by fast English, just tune into this. This podcast is your calm corner for real-life English stories, spoken slowly, with love and clarity.
All right, that's the big news. Now, let's pass the mic to Sophia, who's ready to guide you through today's episode of the Slow English Podcast Series.
Hey everyone! Welcome to the Slow English Podcast Series, where we help you learn English at your pace, with real stories, soft words, and deep comfort. I'm Sophia, and today, let me tell you something that happened not too long ago. One evening, a friend of mine, her name is Lucia, came over. She's been learning English for about 1 year now. She's kind, thoughtful, and usually very talkative. Lucia and I, we speak the same first language, Spanish. We've known each other for many years. That evening, we made tea, sat on the couch, and started talking in Spanish. And, she was full of energy, telling stories about work, about her weekend trip, even a funny thing her cat did that morning. She laughed easily. She spoke fast, with big hand movements and sparkle in her eyes. But the moment I switched to English, everything changed. She started fumbling. Her eyes looked down. She paused, repeated herself. She smiled, but not the same way. Her hands stopped moving. Her voice became soft, and instead of full sentences, she started saying things like,
wait, how to say this?
Or,
I'm sorry, my English is bad.
Even though it wasn't, I looked at her, and I could feel it. Her whole energy had changed. In Spanish, she was herself. In English, it was like a wall had appeared between her thoughts and her words. And then, after a few minutes, she sighed. She looked at me and said something that stayed in my heart. Sophia, I understand English. I really do. But when I try to speak, my mouth just doesn't work. That moment, it was quiet, but powerful. And I knew she wasn't the only one. So many of you listening right now. You feel this too, don't you? You understand English. You watch English shows. You even think in English sometimes. But speaking, it feels hard, like your voice is stuck behind a closed door. Today, we're going to talk about why that happens and how to gently open that door. No pressure, no shame, just calm steps and kind understanding. Because your voice, it's in there, and we're going to help you bring it out. Softly, slowly, together. So, why does this happen? Why can you understand English but still feel blocked when it's time to speak? Let's take a breath together and start with something simple. You're not broken. You're not bad at English. You're not lazy. You're just human. You see, listening and speaking are two very different skills. Listening is soft, quiet, private. You can listen alone. You can pause, rewind, think. But speaking is active. You need to choose words, move your mouth, use your voice, and most of all, you feel watched. That's why many learners, maybe even you, feel confident in your head, but stuck in your mouth. It's not about knowledge, it's about confidence. And confidence doesn't come first. It comes later, after practice, after mistakes, after trying again and again. Let me gently tell you something. If your mouth feels frozen, it's not because you don't know the words. It's because your brain is still protecting you from fear. Fear of sounding wrong, fear of judgment, fear of failure. But here's the truth. You don't need perfect English to speak. You need brave English. English that tries. English that sounds a little shaky, but keeps going. Just like a baby. Learning to walk. They fall, they wobble, but no one says stop trying. We smile and say, come on, one more step. That's how we need to treat ourselves when learning to speak. And today, I want you to take that first small step. Just one. Maybe repeat a phrase from this podcast. Say it slowly, out loud. Even whisper it. That's still a step. Because every time you use your voice, even softly, your brain learns, oh, we're safe. We're allowed to speak now. Little by little, your mouth and your mind, they start working together, and someday soon, you'll tell your own story in English with your own voice. Now that you understand why speaking feels hard, let's talk about how to make it feel easier. Here's one powerful method. It's called shadowing. Shadowing simply means listening to someone speak and then repeating what they say, just like a shadow. You don't need to think too much. You don't need to create new sentences. You just follow, like a gentle echo. Start with short sentences. Maybe something like, I'm learning English slowly but surely, or I can speak. I just need to try. Say it after me. I can speak. I just need to try. Again. I can speak. I just need to try. Even one sentence, repeated daily, starts building muscle memory. Your tongue, your jaw, your breath, they all learn how to speak English. And here's a beautiful secret. You don't need to speak loudly. Even whispering helps. Even mouthing the words silently still counts. Because your brain and your body, they're learning to work together. Shadowing is not just practice, it's permission. Permission to be slow, to repeat, to sound unsure, and still keep going. So every day, maybe for 5 minutes, choose a podcast or a short video like this one. And shadow it, not once, but again and again. Just like how we learned to sing songs as children. That's how fluency is built, not by speed, but by repetition. Let's move on gently to another soft and powerful tip. Talk to yourself. Yes, really. Talk to yourself in English, even if no one's listening. You can do this while cooking, while walking, even while brushing your teeth. Simple things like, I'm cutting vegetables, or I need to clean this room, or I'm tired, but I'll keep going. Speak your thoughts. Turn your life into your language practice. Because speaking English isn't only for exams or interviews. It's for you, your daily life, your daily voice. The more you speak, the less strange it feels. And slowly, English becomes your friend, not your fear. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Not grammar, not vocabulary. Let's talk about confidence. Because even if you know the words, even if you've practiced, if your heart is scared, your mouth won't speak. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. Brick by brick, moment by moment. So how do we build it? Let me share a small secret. Start speaking before you're ready. Yes. Even if your voice shakes, even if your sentences aren't perfect. Because perfection, it's not the goal. Progress is. You don't need big words. You just need brave ones. Say, I don't know the word, but I'll try. Say, my English isn't perfect, but I want to learn. When you say that out loud, you take back your power. You stop hiding and start shining. Every time you speak, even one line, you tell your brain, I'm safe. I can do this. And your brain listens. Over time, it calms down. It stops seeing English as danger and starts seeing it as a new path. So, speak in safe spaces first. Talk to a friend who supports you. Join a small online group. Record your voice and listen back, not to judge, but to cheer yourself on. That's how real confidence is built. Not in one day, but in one soft step, followed by another. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to show up anyway. And when you do, your voice finds its rhythm. Your sentences find their shape. And English becomes a part of you. Let's move a little deeper now into something that many people forget when learning English. Emotion. Because language isn't just about words, it's about feeling. Think about how you speak in your first language. When you're happy, your voice rises. When you're sad, your words slow down. When you're excited, your hands move, your face lights up. That emotion, it gives your words life. But when we speak in a new language, we often go flat. We focus only on grammar, vocabulary, rules, and we forget to feel. So here's a soft challenge for you. Bring emotion back into your English. When you talk about your day, don't just say, I went to work. Say, I was tired, but I still showed up. Or, my manager smiled at me today, and it made me feel seen. Feel the words. Let your face express. Let your voice carry your emotions. Even if the sentence is simple. Because when you feel what you say, your brain remembers it better. And your listener connects with you more deeply. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real. Even if you say just one small thing, if it's full of feeling, it becomes powerful. So far, we've talked about gentle steps, listening more than once, speaking to yourself, building quiet confidence, and connecting your feelings to your words. All of these are soft practices. You don't need hours. You just need presence. And remember, Even one sentence, spoken with care, is a step forward. So don't rush. Don't compare. Just keep returning to your voice, to your pace, to your quiet strength. And when the world feels fast, you can always come back here to slow English, to soft stories, to gentle practice. I'm Sophia, and this is your space to grow, to speak, and to feel understood. See you next week, lovely listener. Take care of your voice. It's ready when you are.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.